What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to All Things Nerdy, where I try to bring you all things nerdy. And with me today, I've got Cindy. We just got done seeing Jurassic World over the weekend. I know you've seen it twice. I've seen it twice now. So we're going to do a little kind of review discussion on it. And be warned, there's going to be plenty of spoilers ahead. So if you haven't seen it, pause it, keep this on your favorites list, and then come back and rewatch it once you have. So overall, what did you think of the movie?
I overall thought it was pretty good, considering how bad The Lost World and Jurassic Park 3 was.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like this one just kind of forgot that those two even happened, and this was a true sequel to the first Jurassic Park.
I'll agree with you on that. It definitely outshines the Lost World and the third one.
Oh, for sure.
In pecking order, what would you say? Does it do better than the first one, or?
Oh no, you hardly ever beat the original, and I definitely say Jurassic Park is still number one.
Yeah, I'll agree with you with that. It definitely brings a lot of things back to it.
Oh no, there was plenty of nostalgia, Easter eggs for sure.
Do you think there was too much of it though?
Oh no, it was perfect. I think I counted about 20.
See, at times I thought there was a little bit too much trying to relate to the first film. You know, you had a lot of things that were like, hey, remember when this happened in the first movie?
But they needed that, though, I think.
You think so?
Yeah, because it's been 20 years past, so...
And, okay, like, there's one scene where they're in a Jeep traveling over the plains and there's dinosaurs running with them, you know?
Yes.
I kind of appreciated that one because it was in the first one.
Yeah.
And that was John Hammond's vision of what the park would be. So it was kind of like saying, hey, this might be a repeat of the first film, but it's coming to fruition now.
I think that's what the film was trying to do. Like 20 years after, this was his vision. This is what he wanted if Jurassic Park, the first one, would have actually worked out. Okay,
I see that. But then there was other parts like the T-Rex scene from the very first one where they have it in the rear view mirror and they're like, oh, we gotta go faster. They kind of did that with the pterodactyls, you know?
Yeah.
So there was, I see both sides. At one point, I liked it because it was nostalgic and like his vision coming to reality. But then there were other parts where it was like, we didn't need that.
Like after 20 years getting the old Jeep started.
Yeah.
Like that wouldn't have happened.
But with that, what kind of things did you like about the movie though?
What kind of things did I like? I love the Indominus Rex. I love that they used the different genes. Like it was able to camouflage and control its temperature, which I thought was a cool change.
Oh yeah.
I love that what's his name? Dr. Henry Rue from the first movie was back.
Yeah.
Although his role kind of flip-flopped a little bit, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But I was glad to see him back. Yeah, I love that the T-Rex kind of came in at the end and saved the day.
Yeah.
Again, a homage, I think, to the first Jurassic Park with the Rex and Raptors.
Yeah, that was a good setup how they did it. But I think looking at this, there was a lot of parts in the movie that I liked. And it's definitely a great popcorn summer film.
I agree.
You know, I would definitely say go watch it. It is definitely worth a watch. But there was a lot of things that I liked and I disliked. You know, like you said, the Indominus Rex.
Same.
I love the Indominus Rex. I was actually terrified of that thing. You know, the very first time we watched it, watching him hunt people, hunting dinosaurs.
We had to wait like, what was it, 40 minutes before we finally got our very first look at it. And what a first look when it breaks out of its enclosure and gosh.
Yeah, that was a good setup for it. You know, having it hidden, you knew it was there and you could see glimpses of it, but you couldn't actually see it. I did like that. It kind of built some suspense for it.
Well, it did, and especially the details where it ate its sibling and then the glass, and you have the owner, Maserati, saying, he said, scaring the children, this will give the parents nightmares. So it was kind of building up to that point where we finally seen it.
Yeah. So I guess let's talk about each of the characters that are in this, because they're vastly different from the first movie.
Okay.
Like you said, Maserati, he's in a sense our John Hammond, in the sense that he's our older figure who's taking over this expedition of building the park.
He's got the money.
Yeah. What did you think of him overall?
Oh, he was kind of... I wish I would have seen more of him being the actual owner of the park. I mean, there was the uncomfortable helicopter ride. Again, homage to the first movie.
Yeah.
But I think he kind of went out too soon.
Yeah.
I wish they would have kept him in and he would have had... Either they let him live or he would have had a bigger death scene, I guess. I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah, he seemed to come in and go too quickly.
Yeah.
You know, we're introduced to him early on and he seems very fun-loving, carefree kind of guy. You know, he's talking to Claire and he says that he doesn't care about the money, but how are the park people doing? How are the animals living?
Yeah,
which
is more John Hammond's thinking.
Right.
That he was
Right.
spare no expense. So
Right,
he wasn't, yeah.
And I think he even says that, you know.
He does. He uses that line.
He quotes John Hammond, which is actually kind of cool, you know, throwback. You know, they do a lot of good throwbacks between the little DNA sample from the video they had.
Mr. DNA?
Yeah, they had a little cutout of him in there.
I wonder if they still had John Hammond's voice, or whoever did it the first time. Because I didn't really hear it, but he kind of popped up on that
I heard
screen.
it, and it sounded a lot like him,
Did
but
it?
I haven't... I'll have to go back and check that out.
Times 3?
Yeah, times 3. Third time. You always pick up something new. But who would you say is our main character of the movie? Because they bounce around a lot of different people.
I would probably... I don't know. I would probably say Claire and Owen, Chris Pratt's character, are kind of the main focus, with the two boys kind of in there too.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say the primary focus was around Claire and Owen.
Okay.
What do you think?
I loved Chris Pratt.
I
definitely agree with you. I think he was our main character of the movie.
Well, he was the good guy.
Yeah, he's the good guy. You know, I think he was. Him and Claire were kind of the main focus because they were essentially carrying the film.
Yep.
But I loved Chris Pratt. I was a little concerned that he was going to be more comedic.
Well, he kind of was though,
He
but
had
he
comedic
had
sense. But he still had a commanding role. You know, he still seemed actiony and.
Well, yeah, every scene he had this like witty lines, and I really liked that. Sometimes it came off a little cheesy, but it was okay. I forgave him because it was Chris Pratt.
Yeah, he was good. Claire, I didn't care for Claire. You know, at the beginning, in my opinion, she started off as a businesswoman, you know, more concerned about money and unattached to the world and more business focused. But
if you think about it, how often do you see women in these CEO roles? Like, they kind of have to be a little more, I guess, masculine, if you think about it. But, I mean, she was hit and miss for me. I mean, I wish her character would have developed a little bit more. She would have been a little more dynamic, because she really didn't change much.
Being 30 years into the future, you know, I'm sure hopefully by then equality is a little bit better and there's more CEO women out there.
Yes.
But it just seemed very quick how she changed. You know, she starts off as a businesswoman and then suddenly, all right, let me roll my sleeves up and I'm different.
What are they to her? Her cousins or her
nephews?
Her nephews. Well, they're out, you know, in the park, and the Indominus Rex has escaped at this point, so of course she's going to be a little gung ho about it. But yeah, I know what you mean.
You know, like Chris Pratt says at one point, he's like, "Well, how old are they?" And she's like, "Well, the one's like here, and the other's
high
like
school age, and you don't know how old your nephews are." Yeah, so she's a little. But I mean, that kind of comes with running a major theme park like she has. 20,000 visitors a day and everything that she kind of has to go with. Yeah. But I know what you're saying, though.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But with that, you know, we made mention of her nephews. Zach and, what was the other one's name? Gray, yeah. Zach and Gray.
I wasn't a fan.
Me neither. At the beginning, I remember when we went and watched it, I remember visibly or coherently thinking, like, they're actually ruining this movie for me right now.
I wish they would have done more. I guess that... I mean, they really didn't have time to get it developed, their character. Because they were kind of in sporadically, and it was more of them running from the Indominus Rex than...
Well, like, go back to Jurassic Park, the original, you know, you had two kids put in there, but...
They were John Hammond's they were related to him, and he brought them there because they were his target audience. Yeah. So that's why they were there. But even with those two, there was a development from the beginning to the end. Yeah. Where
they were watchable, you know. Like Zach, for instance, he starts off as just a very stereotypical sort of horny teenage kid, in my opinion. You know?
Yeah, he just stares the awkward staring at the girls.
I even leaned over to you and was like, I feel like he's gonna rape that girl. You know, because he's not talking or interacting with girls.
It was the leer.
He's just like...
Yeah, that... Like, I really want to talk to you,
like, I'm really uncomfortable.
I'm uncomfortable.
I mean, he's got a girlfriend at the beginning, but rather than, you know, oh, I've got a girlfriend, I'm going to have fun with my brother at this theme park, he's just, the whole time at the beginning, focused on what kind of women are around him, how can he just look at them creepily. As of this video, they've destroyed the box office, so I have no doubt they're probably going to do, They had talked of doing a trilogy anyway,
Mm-hmm.
but seeing as the box office has been completely destroyed, there's no doubt they're
I
going to.
mean, they have to. They have to.
They're going to. Even if everybody came out tomorrow and said, I'm not going to watch it, they're going to. I think there's no doubt about that. You
You have to at least go see it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Jurassic Park. It's Jurassic World.
Well, with that, Henry was kind of foreshadowed to be a future villain, maybe, but there was definitely someone who was our antagonist in this with, what was his name? Hoskins?
Hoskins?
Hoskins.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of a military. I didn't like him. Not in a, I didn't like him because he's a villain guy, but I didn't like his character's idea, trying to militarize the dinosaurs, saying, the drones, they couldn't clear a building or go into a cave.
Mm-hmm. I can see
they
it.
could.
I believe it.
Yeah, drones definitely could do that. So that.
But he's got a good point though that they could be hacked.
They can, but it's
not easy,
not
but
easy.
it's possible.
Yeah, but even then, unleashing a raptor, I understand a lot of military's minds are we need a new weapon, we need to save more human lives, and I get that, and that's fine. At the end, a great fight at the end that took place between the Indominus Rex and a T-Rex and raptors, and it was an awesome monster fight. But I feel like some more destruction should have happened, because you have these monster-sized creatures in this aisleway, and they're just...
Oh, and how close the characters were. Like, they're under them and underneath them, and, that's... The last fight, I thought it was pretty exciting. It was a very... I think it's what the ending should be. I thought it was very strong.
Yeah.
But it was kind of Godzilla-ish.
Well, it's kind of like the first one, It was one of the big things Spielberg said in the first movie. He was asked after the movie came out, how did that T-Rex get into the dome?
Mm-hmm.
He's just in the dome, because he talked about how the T-Rex would come in at the last second and snap the Velociraptor, and
sad face.
But he never said how it gets in. So when they made the movie, they just put the T-Rex in the dome.
It just suddenly appeared.
Yeah, so I kind of took it like this. You have to have that suspension of disbelief. It's a good action film, a good popcorn movie, but don't take it too seriously.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, there was many parts that were kind of hard to swallow, like Claire. She wore heels through the whole movie.
Okay, I mean, it's believable that you can run in heels. I've ran in heels, but I just think back to the first movie where they find Malcolm after the T-Rex has broken out, and they find Malcolm and they put him in the Jeep, and like the T-Rex comes through the trees and it's chasing the Jeep, and it's like almost keeping up, and it's a couple times it like uses its head to try to knock the Jeep.
This girl's just running with a flare, like, I got heels,
and
my boss. There was a lot of comedy through the movie that I liked.
Some of it was cheesy, but some of it was legitimately funny. But
I think
others...
they pulled it off, a lot of it.
Yes, I agree.
Like, they had a command center, and there was an assistant in there. He was pretty funny. Anytime he showed up, like, his little lines were
had the old
funny.
Jurassic Park shirt on.
Yeah, he was funny. And Chris Pratt, like I said, I thought it was gonna be too comedic or try to be too funny, but he was, and I appreciated it still. Like, anytime he was there, he was still saying little lines that I'm like, ha, that was good.
Overall, yeah. I think he stole all of the scenes that he was in. I still think there were a couple cheesy instances, like the ending. Oh, we should stay together, for survival.
Yeah. It was the ending was a bit rushed, We had a big monster fight, and as soon as, you had the Indominus Rex back up to that water, did you suspect the thing
I did. Because I was like in the theater, and I'm like, oh, push him back a little bit more. And I mean, but it makes sense, because if you listen to them when the boys were at the enclosure and watching it and stuff, she says that it used to hunt near the surface.
Yeah.
Go after turtles, like that's gonna fill that thing. Honestly,
like a little smorgasbord.
As soon as I seen where it landed, and I'm like,
they had that ominous music.
I'm like, come on, push him back a little bit more, but no, there it was. It
dove
came
right out.
Yeah, it came right up, grabbed it around the neck. I thought was awesome.
The T-Rex's arrival was really awesome too.
Mm-hmm.
Taking Claire outrunning a T-Rex, or even outrunning a T-Rex in heels, completely out of the equation. When she held the flare up there at the cage, and it just came out of the shadow, I was like, yes.
Homage to the first one.
Yeah, that was great.
Using the flare.
That was great. Yeah.
Oh no, that was a beautiful scene. Like, I don't know. I really like the ending where she was very
Take charge.
Very take charge, and I mean she looked good. She
Yeah.
looked like you know.
Yeah.
So
I can see that. There was a lot of homages to the first one. Like they found the original
park,
the
original
Jurassic
welcome
Park.
center,
Yeah.
the banner.
Yeah.
I'd be grabbing some raincoats and taking those night vision goggles that were in there.
Yeah, they even found the kids' night vision goggles,
and
which,
they still worked.
Yeah, they still worked the battery's lifetime forever.
We need to get some of those batteries.
No
I mean,
kidding.
seriously, the ones that last for 20 years.
Or the Jeep, you know. I get the Jeep's battery was dead, so the kids were like, "Oh, well, conveniently, there's a Jeep outside that's broken. We'll go get the battery from that."
Well, it wasn't broken. I'm assuming that people were in it, and the Indominus Rex found them.
Yeah, because they even found a bloody helmet.
I was more worried about because gasoline shelf life is only about like 3 to 5 years, so I don't know how they. Unless they siphoned gasoline, but
30-year-old gas tank, and they're just like, it just needs a new battery and start right up. You know, in their welcome center, they had a hologram where they would have all these different dinosaurs appear. And there's one instance where they're running from the raptors.
The raptors go into the research.
They slap the little hologram, and it comes up, and it's like, ah.
Can I just say how happy I was that Hoskins got offed by the raptors?
He's a great actor. He plays
he's so good.
Kingpin and Daredevil on Netflix. If you've watched that, which I didn't even realize till after the movie that was him because their makeup, you know. But he was a good villain. I didn't like his ideas for militarizing dinosaurs, but he was a good villain. Because I was like, ooh, that guy needs to die. You know, or when Owen punched him, you know, I was like, yeah, get him.
Oh, I was in the theater, and you know, as soon as Owen heard that he was using the raptors, and I'm like, please punch him, please punch him. I'm like, come on. Yes.
I was glad to see him die.
It's not about control. Stand down. It's a relationship.
It was good.
I was happy.
Based on respect.
I got the sense
These
that
animals are thinking, I gotta eat. Or hunt.
The sense that it was going to the research lab because I think it was intelligent enough to know that it was trying to create other dinosaurs there.
I don't know. I really don't know what I guess its agenda was. I mean, it was kind of it was kind of killing for fun because you have the whole scene with the Brachiosaurus
in the beginning. Yeah.
So I really don't know if it had an agenda or what.
Well, I got the sense because you know, the raptors are chasing that truck, and then you hear the Indominus Rex in the background like calling to them like, hey yo, we're gonna leave and go here.
Well, maybe it was that side of it trying to set up a pack or
that could be because they did have all the people they were waiting on ferries to transport people off the island, and they were in that building. That could have been where they were going.
Maybe. You know,
well, that's what I'm wondering, if maybe for the sequel we'll have like maybe like a war setting. This company actually does go and starts designing these dinosaurs and then lets them loose places. Like maybe we'll be in a desert kind of place. They'll do Iraq or Africa or something, and we're at war. The country's at war with this place, and these dinosaurs are on the loose. I don't know.
Well, it's possible because they have to be in the park. Remember the first movie because of the lysine deficiency? Like if they don't get it, they would die. Yeah. So I mean, it is possible that they could release them and just let them die off. That's very dark. But I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. They might try to set up again.
I don't know if we'll be able to. I mean, suspension of disbelief. It could happen, but I don't know. Just for the fact that we had so many people on the island get killed, eaten, and the park.
Nobody really got killed. It was the park workers that got killed.
Well, and pterodactyls.
There was a few, yeah. But I mean, not a lot of people really. So.
It'd be interesting if we go back and watch if they have like a number casualty list someplace. And
keep a tab. Yeah, we'll take a counter.
Out of the 21,000, 17 died. You know.
Wait, Wait till it comes out and then like pause the screen and like, okay, 1, 2.
Yeah, that'd be funny. But I don't know if we'll see a park. So it'll be if we do.
I don't know. It's kind of Henry Ruth's character just took this dark turn, and you really don't know what side.
We could go back to the other island.
True.
I would like to know what's going on with that other island.
Well, kind of this movie ended like the first one with the dinosaurs taking over. And I mean, I don't really like to think about the other two because they were so bad. But if you think about the second movie, you know, dinosaurs are kind of running the island, and these trappers come to capture them and take them back to make a park.
That could be it.
And then the third movie, again, the dinosaurs have control of the island, and yeah, the couple's son was parachuting and he gets lost and stuff. But I mean, it was a different island, I think, or was it the first island?
No, it was
in the third movie.
It was the second one.
But there was a park set up, if you remember.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They might try to go back and start again.
If they do that, well, I guess they could bring Henry Wu's character back in as like their. We've set up a base camp. We have this area under control. Where you can start your research now, and then they'll start working out, and then crazy stuff happens. But,
again.
But I feel like they would have to get some other characters there besides Wu and the military team, mercenary team. You know.
I know what you're saying. I don't know what route they would take because he's kind of takes like a darker turn, and we don't know what he's thinking. Yeah. So I think it would be interesting to keep him in the antagonist role. Yeah,
I think he's going to be a good antagonist.
Yeah, because from the first movie he was this good guy scientist, and now he's kind of.
And we did see a good touch of potential antagonist in him because, you know, Maserati is like, well, I'm going to shut everything down, and he had that kind of like mad scientist vibe on him. You know, he's just like, you told me to do this and this and this, and that's what I did. This is all on you, kind of thing. You know,
yeah.
That was interesting. It wasn't enough to make us go, that's him, that's the antagonist, that's the bad guy, but enough to go, oh, I don't like you.
Yeah, he threw it back at him. Yeah. He quoted his memo, and I thought that was great.
Yeah, that was good. But one thing they did was bringing its mouth up next to who it was trying to kill, or you know, giving you that suspense. That was one thing that scared the crap out of me.
The blood-soaked teeth that you could probably smell the metallic or you know, after those two guys were just.
I didn't think they were going to be so gritty, and it wasn't a gritty movie at all. But I thought it was going to be more family friendly. You know, it kills you, but it's going to kill you behind that tree, so you don't see it. You just hear the cry.
No, you know, it wasn't.
Like the very first thing it killed, or I guess second thing is the big guy. He's hiding behind a truck, and this thing
it
just knew it was there, flips it.
And then you have that suspense moment. Like, he's sitting there like, I'm really...
Like, shit.
I can't run away, but maybe if I just sit here, it'll go away.
He like looks at Chris Pratt's character, and he has that kind of look on him like, he realizes, like, I'm done.
And then, oh my gosh, it just comes down and...
That was a good kill.
Yeah, it was pretty, like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, how smart was Chris Pratt to, you know,
cut the brake line and
use the oil to kind of, the brake fluid to cover up his scent. So,
but overall, what would you give this movie?
Overall, I'm probably at about a 6-7 out of 10. It was a little creature feature to me. I wish there would have been more character and plot development.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was worth seeing. It was exciting. It was fast paced. It had, you know, the monster moments and a very strong, although Godzilla-ish ending.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I'm saying 6-7 out of 10.
I'm somewhat in the same park. Even though I sounded like I didn't enjoy the film with all the negative points, I actually give it a 7 out of 10. You know, this is a great movie, a great popcorn film. If you're bored on some day, definitely go see it. The Indominus Rex is definitely scary. That's what kept me in this movie. I was hooked by how it was frightening, you know, to watch this thing hunting and be so intelligent. But the parts that brought me out of it is what really lowered the score to me. You know, some of it a little bit nitpicky with her running in heels. Why am I looking at her footwear choice in a T-Rex scene?
It's supposed to be impressive.
Yeah. But there's other parts of the movie that deal with the storyline, like you said, that just kind of help make you go,
Like the whole divorce thing.
Yeah, the divorce sub-storyline was a little odd, but...
It got dropped. Like, we kind of seen it in the beginning. Like, I would have loved a backstory.
Yeah.
But we didn't get it, and, I mean, we get the phone call, and it appears that they're at their divorce lawyers, and then at the end, it's kind of dropped.
Yeah.
So...
But it's overall a good movie. You definitely have to go see it.
Yes.
If you're just now coming back in after watching it, well, rewind it now and listen to this review discussion because it was entertaining.
Very entertaining.
Yeah. But with that, guys, be sure to comment down below what was your favorite part of the movie, what things didn't you like, are you going to go see it, when, what did you think of it overall, that sort of thing. And be sure to tickle that like button down below, helps me out, lets me know that you're interested in this sort of thing. This is the first of a long series of movie review discussions that I'll be doing, hopefully many more. I thank Cindy for stopping by and helping me out. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
Yeah, and if you'd like to see more, if this is your first time here, be sure to subscribe. There'll be a lot more content coming your way. Stay nerdy. Have a good one.